Success is 99% failure. Soichiro Honda. My friends, don't let the failures get you down. Learn from them and keep pushing. This is all about endurance and continuing to spend 10 to 15 minutes each and every day, no matter how long it takes to master the markets. Nobody said it was easy. What thing have you done in your life that is worthwhile that was easy? And in fact, once you master the markets, you'll make up for all the time you ever spent. Keep that in mind as you continue to be single-mindedly focused. Now let's talk about the charts. We see everything is up for the day except gold. We'll start with the S&P 500 up 0.94%. Where are we for the week? We have lots of indecision. We're not up to average volume yet. We might not even get there. We have a doji. That is what we see at this point. We can see where the 2-day candle, and again, this candle is completing tomorrow. And what do we see with it? It's trying to push through that weekly trend line on the half-day chart. It did that yesterday, started to move down through it, but then stayed right above it. So again, we will keep an eye on things. Markets moved up in the afternoon. What we're going to see tomorrow is the answer on where we are and where we are going. What's going to help us is the volume and also the price movement. We'll know more. Now look at the Qs. It's up 1.28% for the day. As we look at the Qs, again, a doji there. We can see, however, price is sitting right there on that weekly trend line on the 2-day chart. Hasn't pushed through. We look at where the markets ended on Thursday, also similar to the S&P, popping up and through the weekly trend line. Again, let's see where things go. It looks like there's a little bit more of a downward push here on the Qs, but I'm curious as to how the market wraps up tomorrow. As we move on to 20-year bonds, they're up a little bit, 0.43%. We look at the 2-day chart, we can see where things have been sliding along for quite a while now. Doji, trying to push through that weekly trend line. We see where the half-day has after earnings, and again, down in the morning, coming up a little bit in the afternoon, but we are sitting right there on the weekly trend line. Look at all the volume going nowhere. So we will keep an eye on things and see what the charts tell us as we wrap up the week. Now, gold down 0.31%. Gold peaked, of course, back on the week beginning the 8th of April, then sort of devolving since then, down a little bit for the day. You can see how far the 2-day chart has dropped through that weekly trend line and the half day. Don't have much of a trend line to redraw because it would be almost flat, but we will keep an eye on things. We are already at above average volume, tending to lead me to believe that gold is going to keep going down. Now, remember, you can't short gold very well with the gold inverse funds. They are just too illiquid. That means the difference between the bid and the ask is too high. You jump in and you lose too much. So those of you who have taken our training, available for all of our Patreon subscribers, that is Options Made Simple, the Charting Wealth Way, you could, of course, engage a practice trade by purchasing puts in your practice trading account for gold. So keep that in mind. If you're not a Patreon member, want to become one, first thing you get, first return email you get is the 3-part series, Options Made Simple, the Charting Wealth Way. Lastly, we'll go to Bitcoin. Bitcoin rebounding some. You can see in the morning and afternoon on the half-day chart, still well below that weekly trend line on both the 2-day and the half-day, and a big down candle for the week. Gold is up, though, 4.35%. I will tell you that 24-hour-a-day Bitcoin is up 1.12% right now. You can see where it started ticking up in the morning on Thursday and then sort of diving off on this afternoon candle. So we'll keep an eye on Bitcoin again, hoping it'll just continue to pull back until there's a clean rotation back over. That's what we're hoping for. So we'll find a great jumping in point. So appreciate you being with us. Don't forget Patreon members. You will be getting that email tonight. And of course, on the Patreon page, we will also, just in case you don't see that email, everything is there. Charting cryptos, commodities, and currencies, and three-wave trade since Tuesday. And we'll be posting your weekly vertical crossovers on either up or down on the S&P 500. God bless, my friends. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth World Headquarters.